call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. Later, there will be an opportunity for questions and comments. Instructions will be given at that time. As a reminder, this conference call is being recorded. I would now like to turn the call over to our host, Ellen Haley. Ellen, please go ahead.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. It is my great pleasure to have many prestigious boxing people on the phone with us today. First and foremost, we have Sergey Kovalev, the new WBO, WBA, and IBF light heavyweight world champion. We also have his promoter, Kathy Duva, CEO of Main Event. We have Extremis, Sergey's manager, and we also have Don David Jackson, Sergey's trainer, with us. So all of those people are here and available for questions. I'm going to let Kathy say some greetings.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for getting on. This has been a very auspicious month for Sergey Kovalev. He became a father. He became a triple world champion. And then he got to meet his son. I am so happy for him, so pleased, and so proud of him and Agus and John. We're calling them the Dream Team now. They put together, they did everything I ever asked. They put together everything I needed. John came up with this genius plan. Sergey followed it to the T. It is reminded me of the way things used to be for main events a long, long time ago, and it felt good. So I want to thank them, and I want to thank all of you for joining us. And I'm going to throw the question. I guess we'll throw it open to questions. So you get your chance now to ask Sergey how he will feel. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. This will place your question in the order it was received. Once again, if you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. And we'll pause for just a moment while questions are coming in. Okay, our first question is from Mike Woods with Sweet Science. Mike?
Hi. Hi, guys. Thanks for taking the time to do the call. Congratulations to all. Tremendous, tremendous win and a throwback win for Main Event, and happy for you as a company. This question is for Sergey first. Sergey, if you remember at the Gleason's workout, I asked you if you're going to be looking forward to changing diapers of your son. I'm wondering how many diapers have you changed, and do you enjoy the experience as much as beating Bernard Hopkins?
Серега, он спрашивает тебя, когда были в Глэнсин Джиме, он тебя спросил, готов ли ты менять дайперсы своему сыну, и пока ты уже дома был, спрашивает, сколько дайперсов ты уже поменял, и радовался ли ты, меняя дайперсы так же, как Крису Хопкинсу.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for everything. Yes, I already changed the diapers, and I already lost the counting how many diapers
You already lost the count of how many?
already? Maybe 15, maybe around 15. I think so. It's easy because I have experience with my nephews. With my nephews, my oldest sister has 2 babies, and we grew up in one apartment together, you know, like, and I spend the time, a lot of spend the time with how was the babysitter, you know, like, and it's not difficult for me, it's easy. And
how does it compare? How does it compare to beating Hopkins? Hopkins a little bit more fun than the diapers?
This Hopkins a little bit dangerous than changing diapers.
Right. Changing the diapers, great. And
more
quick,
dangerous, you know, like if here when you changing the diapers, he can maximum. My son can pee on me, you know, like on my head.
He can pee on my head. I love it.
he can pee on my head.
No, hand.
Hand.
Oh, hands. Oh, hands.
Hand. When I change it,
Let me get my hand. That is
Okay.
And quickly, Kathy, we're all so eager to hear what's next. What are you formulating? When is Sergey going to fight again and against who?
He's going to fight again in March. That's what we're working on, but it's a little early to say against who. So we're going to, I'm out right now collecting all the information, talking to people from HBO, and I'm going to sit down with Vegas, as we always do, and then he's going to sit down with Sergey, and once we have it all decided, we're all going to let you know.
All right, so it's March.
A couple weeks. It'll be in March.
It'll be March, and in Atlantic City?
That we don't know yet. That's among the things we're trying to do.
Okay, happy to see you in Brooklyn.
I'm happy to do it certain dates, every date is available in every venue, and all these things are more complicated than you think. So we'll work now.
Got it. Happy to see you in Brooklyn. Looking forward to wherever you fight. Thanks for the time, guys. Be well.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
As a reminder, press star 1 to ask a question. We do have a lot of people on the phone today, so we want to make sure we get to everyone. So please limit your questions. And we'll go ahead and take the next caller. Will be Keith Idex from The Record. Keith?
Hi, Kathy. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Kathy, obviously, I know the fight that you guys want is the Stevenson fight. Do you suspect, though, that that he'll probably make a mandatory defense of one of these titles? I know you signed Mohammadi yesterday to a contract. Do you expect it'll be that type of fight when he fights next?
At this point, I'm not positive. I just don't know. Too soon to say. But we'll know soon.
Is that
Obviously,
fight?
Mohammadi is down. Mohammadi's in the picture at some point, yes.
Okay.
But whether that's next or whether there's a way to do that the one after, we don't know yet. That's what we're working on.
Okay. I just have a question for Sergey as well. Sergey, Bernard Hopkins always said that he wouldn't retire until he got beat up. You beat him up, but he's now talking about fighting again. Do you think that he'll fight again? And if he decides to do that, what would your advice to him be?
Бернард Хопкинс всегда говорил, что он никогда не оставит бокс до тех пор, пока его кто-то не побьет. Вот ты его побил, и сейчас вопрос такой, как бы он говорит, что он опять пойдет в ринг. И как бы твое мнение, думаешь, что он точно пойдет, и как бы какой совет ты бы ему дал, если он пойдет в ринг?
My counsel, if looking how old is he, 49, almost 50, my counsel is that he needs to stop his career, but he's already not young man. But how he's feeling by himself, he can to decide can he fighting again or not. Like how he said in first chapter that he lost not his age. He lost Kovalev to Kovalev, like, and it means that he's feeling great. He's feeling good, and he's still good shape. He's still young in his body. I think so. He can win. He can get a lot of wins against a lot of good fighters, even including and Stevenson and another top 10 fighters. Like it's not my job right now. It's his job. He wants to win or no. If he's feeling very good, okay, let's do it. But I should say that he needs to stop and give opportunity to younger boxers to be fighting on the top stage.
Thank you, Sergey.
We'll take our next question, and this is from Matt Green with the Philadelphia Inquirer. Matt?
This is for Sergey. Sergey, Adonis Stevenson's team that dubbed you last year. I'm just curious if you even think he's worthy of a shot at the undisputed title, or if you hold a grudge and wouldn't give him that shot.
Адонис Стивенсон как бы отказался от тебя, убежал от тебя. Думаешь, что ты можешь ему дать шанс боксировать?
I don't know how I can answer for this question, but I'm ready for everyone. If this is the right fight, and this interesting fight for everybody, for boxing world, why not? I'm ready for everyone, but this is the job of my promoter and my manager. I just now don't think about next fight. I just now have a rest with my family, a couple of weeks, and I'm gonna to fly to Russia for a couple of weeks, visit my parents.
We'll go ahead and take our next question, and this is from Jake Donovan with Boxing King.
Sergey, I just have one question for you. How comfortable are you making 175? Actually, it's a two-part question. How comfortable are you making 175? And is there any fight, either at super middleweight or cruiserweight, that would prompt you to move up or down in weight?
У меня только два вопроса к тебе. Как спокойно ты делаешь 175 паундов и думаешь, что ты когда-нибудь боксировать как крузервейт или супер миддлвейт?
I'm making my weight for five years ago. I made my weight much easier, but right now a little bit harder. But I can to make 125, and when I make 125, my body is like dry and get more faster, more attention, like more reflex. It's good for me for boxing. I can show how good I am. But for super middleweight, no, I think so. It's not possible because already more than I needed to my body, like lose the weight. And weight cruiserweight. About cruiserweight, it's a very big weight for me. Because I'm walking like 190, 190 is cruiserweight 200, I'll be fighting against fighters who much bigger than me. And if 4 rounds, 5 rounds, it's okay. But if will be 12 rounds, it for me will be much harder, because they can push me, and I have right now decision that I'm still light heavyweight because I didn't sleep, I didn't clean up total this division. I have one goal to get the WBC title.
Okay, thank you very much, Sergey. Kathy, I have one question for you. Has there been any other discussion for a fight other than at light heavyweight for Sergey?
No, not in the other way. No, of course.
Okay, there's a lot of fighters that claim they want to fight people, but whether or not they actually get in touch with the right people to make those fights happen is another story. So I just want to clarify.
Nobody's talked to us about any fight at any other weight. No.
That's what I've heard. Thank you very much, Kathy. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Our next question is from Len Satterfield with Ring TV.
Guys, how are you?
Good.
Yeah. I have Kathy, and Sergey, if you could all answer this one, if anyone wants to take it. Kathy, you say Steven isn't necessarily the guy you want to fight, given that you think he can lose to anyone, that you called him a fringe contender. However, if you guys do pursue that fight, would you anticipate any roadblocks, the network issue, and also Al Heyman? dealing with him?
Look, all I see are stories that say, yeah, we're going to fight him in 2015. Okay, you know what? If they want to fight Sergey, they know how to reach me. Nobody calls me. Nobody talks about it. You see a lot of stuff in the press, and again, I think the latest story, I'm not sure, it might have been yours, that, well, yeah, we're interested in that fight in 2015. So it's still 2014, and nobody's been making any overtures towards having any interest in fighting Sergey at this point. On Steven's side, he's got mandatory to take care of, and I assume that's what he's working on. I'm not going to worry about that now.
Aegis or Sergey, would you want to address that?
Well, we're not interested in Steven. We're interested in WBC title. And then the time comes, then we can fight for it, no matter who is going to be holding that WBC title. That's what we're going to be aiming for. Now, right now, it's too early to predict. If somebody would have told me, beginning of this year, you guys are going to be facing Hopkins and Sergey going to be fighting for 2 more titles, I would probably ask this person what he's smoking. Because I would never, ever could be predict something like that. But the things happening, things changing every day. We're going to the direction where Sergey gonna want to be, and we're going to the direction to be him undisputed champion of the world in the light heavyweight division. And that's where we're going to be aiming. Who is going to be holding title, we can't predict it right now. Серега, ты хочешь сказать только пару слов по поводу этого его вопроса, что по поводу мы будем поговорить?
Да нет, ты все сказал же.
So Sergey says X already told exactly the same thing what he would want to say.
Okay. He's had an unbelievable year. He's had, an unbelievable dominating fight to Hopkins, what no one else did. And it's almost more impressive that he didn't knock him out, that he sustained it because he proved he could go the distance. Having said that, given that kind of performance, people really want to see him fight a big fight, I think. Is it your feeling that you need to just display him against one of these other 175-pounders, or should he go after, or should you pursue, say, a Golovkin in some form, whether Golovkin moves up or what?
Well, then choose Golovkin, and you're talking about one guy is the 160 and another is 175. So let's talk about the rumors and let's talk about the crazy stuff. Why we should go for the Golovkin? Let's aim Mayweather at some more money, or let's aim Manny Pacquiao, some more money there. That's crazy. I cannot see. This is 2 different weight classes. Absolutely right. I don't see that fight happening in any point. I really do not, because it's a way different class. So.
That's my opinion. I don't know, Kathy, you want to add something?
Well, I look at it a little differently. I've learned, I've been doing this a long time. I've learned to never say never, but it's certainly not going to happen now. It's the kind of fight that if it did happen, it would be years from now, when Golovkin has moved up and felt comfortable at the weight. But that is so far off that it's not really worth talking about. We want to, as Sergey's made it clear, he wants to own the division. He wants all the titles. He wants to keep the title he has. That means he has to do mandatories. And yes, we want big fights. Of course we do. But it takes 2 people to make a big fight. So if others are not inclined to have the big fight, then Sergey's he has mandatory obligations. He's going to have to take care of them. It's all good. It's all good.
But looking in the big picture, like looking for something, in a year going, the big fight. Of course, we're looking for the big fight, and much closer would be the big fight, like the fight with the guys. Then we're talking about possibilities on a pay-per-view fight. Chavez Jr. having a problem doing 178. Maybe he will move into 175. Andre Ward doesn't look he has a problem making a weight, but he might going to be considering to move in 175. He's a pretty big guy. So those fights are much more make sense instead we start talking about Gennady Golovkin.
And another one I can throw in there is Paul Froch, who might decide to move up. Not now, but again, he's looking for big fights as well. And, you know, there's a pay-per-view market over there in England, and that's another possibility that is
Exactly.
in the distance. You never know. Unless he retires first, but you never know.
Okay, you in part answered my third question, but I was gonna piggyback off that with, were you pleasantly surprised at the numbers that the fight drew because it, you know, trumped the numbers of Golovkin's fight, which were very high?
I don't think it's about trumping anybody. We're just very pleased that the numbers were high. We had a very late hour, a very late start, which was unfortunate, but it's caused by football. And taking that into consideration, the fights are great. I think, you know, it's not really about winning a contest over who does the most numbers. It's about giving the fans a lot to watch. I'm told also there were a lot more viewers for the second showing on the West Coast that don't get counted into that. So that was nice to get to, and well, good.
Thank you. As a reminder, please press *1 if you would like to ask a question. Our next question comes from Chris Guns with Chris Guns Boxing. Chris?
Thank you, everybody, and congratulations to Kathy and Sergey and John David, especially you, Sergey, on not only the win, but the birth of your son. I'll start out with John David. Congratulations, John, and how does Trainer of the Year sound to you?
If I can get it, you know, it's something that I try to get. You know, if I don't get it, I can live without it. But to get it, it's just another foot in my cap that you know, I love boxing. Boxing is my life. It's been my life since I was 7 years old. And for me to be able to achieve something like that would definitely just, you know, take me to another level. And it would show the fans that, you know, I'm worthy of it. The fighter that allowed me to, you know, get on this level made me worthy of it. So, you know, it's something I would truly enjoy. And I you know, thank Aegis for you know, allowing me to train Sergey. And I thank Sergey for, you know, believing in me and believing in my system and you know, doing what it does best. And thank Kathy for her you know, her giving her blessings and believing in me as a trainer to you know, also train other fighters. So for me, it would be just something that's beautiful. I never dreamt of it. I always believed that I'm deserving of it to a degree. To get it would be just phenomenal.
Absolutely, and it would be good to see a new face in there. Usually the same old ones. But let me ask you this, John David. There was a lot of insults towards you at the last press conference before the fight, and I'm not sure if you want to tell us, maybe it's a private issue, but what were the reasons why you stopped working with Bernard and Nazeem Richardson? Was it a good breakup, or was it a...
Well, you know, it was you know, actually it was. I never really worked with Nazeem. When I was brought in to work with Bernard, I was the lead guy. I devised the strategies, and I made things work. But the thing that didn't go well with me for fight night, they would allow Nazeem to be the guy doing all the talking. So you know, where it really came to an end was twofold. Number one, I kept telling these guys 2.5 years ago about Sergey. Don't fight this kid. He's gonna hurt you. And number two was, after the second Roy Jones Bernard fight, Bernard looked bad. To me, he looked bad. It was a terrible fight. And he called me and said, "John, what should I do? Tell me what to do and I'll do it." I said, "Retire." He said, "I can't do that." I said, "What did you ask me for?" So that was the last fight we had together. That was the last fight we had together, and that was pretty much it.
So how surprising was it that he did come at you like that, if at all?
You mean to ask me about my opinion or to retire?
No.
Or at the press conference? At the press conference? Oh, well, you know, listen, first of all, he couldn't get in Sergey's head. So he figured if he got in my head, I guess maybe he would mess up my plan with Sergey. So our plan was formulated a long time ago. And you couldn't get in my head. You know, he wasn't fighting me. He was fighting Sergey. So at the end of the day, I wasn't worried about it. When it was all said and done, I'm going down the steps. And it's killer in the ring. You shouldn't worry about me. You should worry about him. I let me know that the stuff that I did in the pre-fight conversation was getting to his head. He knew I knew him better than anybody. So I knew that I was getting inside his head prior to the fight.
And you said the game plan was formed a long time ago, and just like a week before the fight, Sergey said that he had no game plan. He was just going to go in and make it a fight. So you you did have a game plan, and what was the game plan specifically for Hopkins?
Well, again, listen, when you want to fight Chris, I know you being the way he broke Barnard down and dissected him. That was the game plan. You know, when he dropped him in the first round, that was nice. But after that, guess what? You only hit Bernard with the second solid shot for a few more rounds. So he did what Sergey just said. He started dissecting him, breaking down, going to the body, going to the shoulders, him in the chest, and his that jab is phenomenal. So he just did what he had to do and break Bernard down systematically.
And if I could interject just for a moment, back in the glory days of main event, George Benton was training everybody. John had some experience with him, and that's where he learned a lot. And boy, what I saw Saturday night, I saw him choreograph the fight. That's what I used to see. Because Sergey was in control. John choreographed it, and Sergey did the plan. And I got to tell you, there aren't many trainers on earth who can make a fight plan like that and bring that out in the fighter. And if you guys don't vote for John this time around, something's very wrong with all of you. Same goes for Agus. Manager of the year should be a foregone conclusion. I don't even know. I'd have to even tell you why. He is behind all of these great fighters that are coming up, and look at the job he's doing. And finally, fighter of the year, Sergey. I think he, not just because he beat Bernard Hopkins, the way he beat him. I just think that was beautiful and magnificent, and I hope you all agree.
Thank you. And our next question comes from Louis Cestino with Black Star Media.
Yes. Good afternoon, Sergey and Cassie Duva, Aegis Clemens, and John David Jackson. This is Destino Lois Jr., Black Star News, Manhattan. Sergey, question here in form of a statement. Bernard Hopkins said he wasn't going to retire, and we surprised everybody. But the fact is that then there was a mention of Adonis Stevenson. Now, you're going to fight in March. Are you going to risk, if at all possible, Bernard fighting Adonis Stevenson when you can become the first light heavyweight in boxing history to own all the titles? I would not like to see Hopkins get Stevenson first. I want you to get him first. I know he's run away from you, but now March 2015 is your fight day. Can that be an inducement to get him in there? And John David Jackson, congratulations. You put up a battle plan like a military camp, and he came through with your soldier, Kovalev, and congratulations on that. But, Sergey, can you answer that question for me?
Серега спрашивает, что сейчас, когда Бернард Хопкинс говорит, что он все равно будет боксировать, не волнует ли тебя такой вопрос, что Бернард Хопкинс выиграет, сейчас выиграет Стивенсона, и опять титул будет, WBC титул, опять будет титул у него. Не хотел ли ты сразу боксировать лучше Стивенсона и забрать этот титул? Когда ты был бы один-единственный light heavyweight в истории, который забрал все 4 титула.
Yes, I would like to get one more title, 100%, 1000%, but I don't know what will be in the future. It's right now it's job of my promoter and manager, If it will be Hopkins, it will be very good. If it will be Stevenson, it will be perfect. It will be another one, WBC champion. It will be very perfect, For me, it doesn't matter. I need just to get one more title. It's my goal right now.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Sergey, did you present your 3 world titles to your son, Alexander?
Ты уже показал все свои 3 титула сыну Александру?
Yes, only on the picture.
It's all about the picture. Okay, congratulations. God bless all of you, and keep on keeping on. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Destino Lois, Black Star News, New York.
Thank you. And our next question will come from Zito with Fighting Words.
Hello. First of all, I want to congratulate Cassie and all of Team Kovalev.
I actually have a question for John, David Jackson, and Sergey. The first one to John David Jackson. Were you surprised with Bernard's movement, and or should I say lack thereof? And did he look like he regressed that age really caught up to him against Sergey?
No, I wasn't surprised. You hit around the head, you know. With each passing round, the more Sergey put the pressure on him and went to the body, it began to slow Bernard down. You know, and it's just physiological thinking. When you're an old man in a young man's sport, if a younger man applies the pressure, makes you fight his pace at a pace you're not used to, and your clip is half loaded. You can't keep that strong young man off of you. It only makes sense. The younger, stronger fighter keeps doing what he's doing best. It makes you fight at a pace you don't want to fight at. You know, Shumanov, Marat, and Cloud, those guys are robotic. They fight at Bernard's pace. It was a pace that he could set, and he could do what he wanted to do. So Bernard, for whatever reason, decided that Sergey was like these guys. He didn't study Sergey, you know, quite enough, because Sergey is a superior boxer. He showed how truly talented he is this past Saturday. It's something I have to tell people from day one. He's a better boxer than he's ever been able to show because most of the fights and early. But this fight here, he was able to show that he fought a guy who was supposed to be a master boxer, and he outboxed him because youth prevailed that night. And not only was he youth, but he is a very, very good boxer, and a lot of things to work on. You know, I'm not the kind of guy that presses Sergey to do things. I'll show him things, and he'll work on his own, and he perfected his way. And, you know, compared to when I first got him, he's a hell of a fighter now. He can always fight, but he's a hell of a boxer now. Boxer punches. And I think Bernard underestimated his ability, and that's hurt Bernard in the long run, because the younger, stronger fighter prevailed against the wiser, older fighter.
And Sergey, were you surprised with the ease that you were able to hit Bernard with the power shot?
Серега, ты как бы был удивлен, удары, которые ты ему наносил, он мог удержать.
Yes, I was surprised.
Okay, if there's no further comments, we'll take our next question. And it comes from David Greason with Boxing King.
Everyone, I have a question. Hi, everyone. I have a question for John David Jackson as well as for Sergey. This is a strange question to ask, given that Sergey won 120-108. But John, what else do you want Sergey to work on? And Sergey, what else do you think you can improve on?
Well, you know, for me, just his inside game. It's just good. Just no one's really been able to fight him on the inside. But there's going to come a point in time in his career when he's going to be a fighter who might have a really good, strong inside game. So that's what I'm going to ask Steve to work on. His distance is great. The way he sets up his punches is great. And then he's like that. You know, I can't say enough about his boxing ability. The only thing that I see they need to work on is his inside game. Once he gets that down pat, then he's covered all bases and he has no problem.
Thank you.
Серега, что ты думаешь по поводу этого боя, что на чем тебе надо было еще поработать? Я знаю, что ты выиграл даже 120, 100, 107 и там 106, но все равно как бы какие ты видишь там, то ли ошибки, то ли на чем поработать?
Yes, I had a lot of mistakes in this fight, but I will be keeping secret these things because I'm not going to open my mistakes for everybody, for public knowledge. I know myself my mistakes, and I will be fix this in the gym for my next fight. And first of all, that I fought with professor of boxing, and sometimes he made to do my mistake, you know. But I was in last fight physically, psychology, and conditioning ready. First of all, lot of pressure from everything, from my fans, from my team, from myself, from my family, from my career, from everything. And it was more difficult from psychology.
Thank you.
Yeah, next one. Yeah, you're welcome.
We'll take our next question. It comes from Dan Plasma with Full Contact Fighter. Dan?
I had several questions for John David Jackson. Brilliant strategy, and you got Sergey to implement it. I guess the last guy asked the same question. Technically, what do you have to do to bring this guy to his prime?
Most bases covered. Like I said, maybe the small things. And like he just stated, once we go to camp next, we'll talk to the things that he done wrong and we'll correct them. But rather than speak about it publicly, he and I'll talk about that once we meet for the next camp. And whatever mistakes he's made, and whatever mistakes I've seen, we'll try to correct that and make him a completed as a fighter as we can make him.
And you're such a soft-spoken guy. Talk to us about getting into B-Hop's head.
Well, it's just the things that I did the whole fight camp. He was old, how to beat him, where to hit him, make him use his old legs. It's just, like I said, it's just common sense. Any trainer should be able to see that Bernard was old. It's not so much the things that he's done. It's just that he's old. His time has come. He's an old man. So you get to fight him. You get to fight an old man and treat him like an old man. You got to make him work. You get the pace that he tried to set. You got to make him fast for him. And that's what Sergey did. He tried his pace. A pace that Bernard was not used to at the stage of his career. And a pace that was very uncomfortable.
Yep, with all due respect, sir, Bernard's attributes are gone, but what about Sergey? What about when he gets pressured? Will he be able to be more than a one-trick pony and be defensive as well as offensive? He obviously has hands of steel. When somebody puts the pressure on him, is he going to be able to handle that?
Most definitely. I guess, you had the privilege of seeing him in the gym when he spars. He works on, Sergey's a very intelligent guy. He works on things on his own also. Like you said, he's not a one-trick pony. When we're in camp, there's more than one thing that we do. We don't look to knock out to work on how to knock somebody out. He works on the field of his game to make sure that he's a complete fighter. And when he's in the ring sparring, a lot of times he retreats because the guys come to him. There's going to come a day where some guy may take his best shot and still be there. So guess what? Now he has to box and show this guy he's a better boxer than this guy might give him credit for. So Sergey covers all the aspects of his game. He's not a one-trick pony, and listen, as time goes on, you'll see that. Right now, you should have seen that with the fights that he had, last 5 title fights. And he's here as long as he wants to be here. So anybody that takes him, sells him short at this stage of their career, or at this stage of his career, therefore rude awakening.
No, listen, the reason why he's amazing is because of you, sir, because of your excellent tactics. I just wanted to ask Sergey, he mentioned that he felt pressure during the camp and during the lead-up. Did he feel that during the fight, or how did that manifest?
Вопрос для Сереги. Ты как-то сказал, что ты чувствовал напряжение, когда был кемп, сам от себя и от остальных всех, и ты чувствовал какое-то напряжение в бою?
I felt in the fight, sure, I felt responsible in the fight for everything that pushed me. responsible in my fight because yes, everything pushed me. This only this one.
And how did it feel that the right hand, like, did that have knockout written all over it? Were you trying to drop him with that punch in the first round, or did that just happen?
Take it. Take it. Hey.
Hello, John.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you get the question? Did that knockdown punch, was he trying to knock him down with that punch, or did that just happen randomly?
No, here's the line.
his timing. You know, he timed the punch well, and he was able to catch Bernard with the shot. You know, but that's one of the good things about Sergey. His timing is just phenomenal when he's punching. And if you watch the fight, he timed it, and Bernard dropped the left hand with the jab, and he came over the top with it and caught him with it. You know, I asked Sergey around the ninth round. I said, man, I said, slow down. You know, are you looking for a knockout? No, John, I just want to keep boxing. I said, that's good. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, if a knockout comes, great. If it doesn't, you're gonna win this fight decisively. And you know, Sergey, I think there was a time when he said, you know what? If I get a knockout, fine. If I don't, I'm gonna keep beating the way I'm doing. You know, and the way he won was more satisfying than a knockout because he shut him out 12-0. I thought, honestly, I thought Bernard might win, but he shut him out 12-0, that was great for him.
Thank you. As a reminder, we have a few minutes left. If you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. Our next question is from Jason Rodriguez with Super Elite Boxing. Jason?
Sergey, this question is... Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, how you doing, Sergey? Just want to congratulate you on your great victory. You were phenomenal. Your coach and your conditioning coach did an excellent, superior job with you. You look very, very sharp. And I pretty much think you're the best lightweight boxer out there. And anyone that comes against you is going to be facing the test of your career, their life. My question is, during the fight, you dropped Bernard in the first round. And you shut him off in 12 rounds. Now, did you find it kind of impossible to go for a knockout, or were you just fighting to go to the distance because you wanted to fight to the end?
Говорит, что ты самый сейчас лучший, что твои тренера сделали очень хорошую работу, подготовили тебя, сам подготовил. То есть как бы все. Вопрос такой, ты уронил Хопкинса в первом раунде, и вы прошли полностью 12 раундов дистанцию. Ты не гонялся за нокаутом, ты просто боксировал, или ты все-таки как бы хотел его уронить?
I said before the fight that I'm going to the ring just to box, and I'm going to the ring to get victory from my boxing. I don't have a goal to knock out somebody, knock out my opponent. Because if you will get your goal knocked out your opponent, you cannot do it. Because your punch will be your opponent will see your hard punch, you know. And I'm going to the ring just to boxing. What I did was that I dropped Bernard first round. Yes, I was not surprised. I was glad that it's the result of my workout in the gym. It's the result of my strategy, you know, like, that I get after first belt. That I got my strategy after first belt, and that I showed 12 rounds of boxing. Right now I showed to the world how I get to boxing. It's very good that the last fight against Bernard was all 12 rounds, because I think so it was not fair that if I will knock him out. He has big experience. He has big respect from me and from a lot of, almost from everyone in the boxing world, you know. And I'm very happy that this fight was all 12 rounds.
Mm-hmm. Now, many people were wondering
how you would respond after going 8 rounds, because you never went past 8 rounds until your Hopkins fight. Many people were thinking that maybe you would fall apart, but in contrast, you looked even stronger after the 8th round. How did you feel when you went past 8?
Много людей думали, что ты после 8 раундов почувствуешь усталость. Многие думали, что ты не пройдешь. Но показалось, что ты как раз после 8 раунда выглядел лучше и лучше. Как ты сам себя чувствовал после 8 раундов?
I felt very great after 8 rounds, after 9th round, after 10th round. I just tired after full fight. When it was 12 rounds, because I did last 1.5 minutes of round 12. I gave everything to be Hopkins more effective, for public, for TV, for me by itself, because I punched him a couple times when he swam after my punch, and I tried to knock him, to give him knockdown or knockout, but he has a great and hard head, very hard head, but because he's still on his leg, and up on his leg, he didn't drop on the floor. Yes, I was surprised.
Thank you. And our next question is from Carl Freitag with Fight News. Carl?
This is for John David Jackson. Bernard was pretty hard on you in the lead up to the fight. I was just wondering if you had a chance to say anything to him after the fight.
Yeah, I walked up to him and told him he should retire. I said, you've had a great career, but why keep what you've accomplished by fighting again and losing to a fighter of lesser talent than you and possibly getting stopped? And at that point, he kind of in his own way apologized. Said that even in the press conference, he said the thing that he said was for promotion. He didn't mean that. I knew he was just trying to get inside my head. I knew that. And he couldn't get inside my head because, like I said, he's not fighting me. He's fighting someone else. And that let me know I got inside his head. And when you turn your attention to me, and I'm Sergey, that means that you're trying to find some weak link in the armor to get at somebody. And if I'm a fighter, I don't care about the trainer. I'm worried about the fighter because the trainer can't fight for the fighter. But I knew I had him at that point, and I knew that I'd worked my magic on him, and we got inside his head. So he was very apologetic afterwards. And we're friends. This is a business. I'm Bernard's friend. He's my friend. I told him to don't escalate it, man. This is my job. And I warned your people 2.5 years ago, don't fight this kid, but you took it anyway, so whatever happened, happened. You can't be mad at me. I told you. This is a hell of a fighter here. If you didn't believe me, and the outcome, it proved that I was right. So there's no ill feeling. This is business. We're in her business, and he signed up for the job, and he's done it well. But last Saturday he made the match. So we're still friends. We still speak. We probably won't hang out, but that's okay. We're still friends.
Okay, thanks very much, and congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, at this time, it is time to close the call.